We call this meeting of the Winterville Planning and Zoning Board for August 16th to order. We welcome each and every one, those of you here in person and those who are joining us online. Do we have to have this meeting broadcasted? Anything, Brian, with regards to the public?
So we're going to be streaming on YouTube and Zoom. So.
Okay, so we've already started, so we're ready to roll. All right. All right, so the first order of business is excused absences.
I do not, I think everyone is present, accounted for in person and on Zoom. So.
Outstanding. The approval of the agenda. You've had a chance to consider that. We'll, once to do, we'll entertain a motion to the pleasure of the board. It's been moved and properly second. Please vote using the aye sign upon roll call.
Dr. Monroe,
Aye.
Mr. Killian, Ms. Clyburn, Ms. Clyburn,
You're muted, Peggy. Give me a thumbs up. There you go.
yes. Ms. Crawford, Mr. Fleming,
Aye.
Ms. Gardner, Ms. Gardner, Mr. Weldon,
Aye.
Mr. Moore. Thank you.
Okay, the agenda stands approved. Approval of the minutes from the July regular meeting. You've had those in your board packet. We'll give a chance for you to consider, and then we'll entertain a motion from the pleasure of the board.
Mr. Chairman, I've got a few comments. Seems like some of the comments that were made by Member Killian were not in the minutes from that last meeting, and I thought that there were a lot of important things that he brought up that should be noted in those minutes so that we can keep record of them, because he made several comments about the sidewalks for several of the proposed subdivisions. And so none of that seemed to have been in the minutes, and so I would like to see those reflected in the minutes just so that we have a record of that being brought forward.
Be glad to, Mr. Weldon, but we do not do verbatim minutes which reflect all comments. I have basically just reflected discussions. We do have the recordings and those on record if that's your pleasure. So that's the reason why they aren't not so noted in the minutes.
Okay, yeah, I was just wanting to make sure that there is something on record for, because I thought Mr. Killian brought up some very good ideas and, you know, very, very good points during those, during the last meeting. So I just want to make sure that it is recorded somewhere where if we have to go back to that we've got something to go back to. So.
Well, pleasure of the board if we want to start including more comments.
Well, in this particular, those meeting deals were rezoning requests, so they weren't plats or anything that was presented. So I would think those type of comments would be more apt for if they were to bring a plat to us and we wanted to make that a part of the request to the, our approval to the, or disapproval to the town council. Any other discussion with regards to the, was there comments online? Okay. All right. So with regard to the approval of the minutes from the regular meeting in July with the addition with regards to, brought up by our board member, Mr. I'm not.
Mr. Weldon.
Mr. Whitland.
It's all right.
I see it, but I knew I wasn't going to say it correctly. So, Mr. Whitland, so with that being noted, what is the pleasure of the board regarding the minutes for the July meeting?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion's been made. Can you get a second? Okay, it's been moved and properly second that we approve the agenda with considerations for the comments that Mr. Wedlin made. All those in favor, vote your aye sign upon roll call.
Dr. Monroe,
Aye.
Mr. Killian, Ms. Clyburn, Ms. Crawford,
Aye.
Mr. Fleming,
Aye.
Ms. Gardner, Mr. Weldon,
Aye.
Mr. Moore.
All right, new business, final plat for the Holly Grove Section 2.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the one and only action item we got tonight is a final plat. As you just stated, it's for Holly Grove, this is section 2. So just some site data, developers Carolina Eastern Homes, that's Dale Britt and Britt Development Company. Location is Church Street Extension, southeast intersection of Laura Ellis Road. Parcel numbers there on the screen, 85535 and 07841. This one will be 33 lots platted on 13.61 acres. The current zoning district is R12.5, and that's the conditions district. Conditions just to determine the square footage of the homes out there. So here's the site itself. You can see on the screen that there's already some platted in section 1, 29 lots already platted. There is the additional plat overlay on top of the aerial, so you can see those 33 lots are going to be in there. Right there. So just staff recommendation, since a little bit of site history as far as the final plat approved process, but this one isn't in substantial agreement with the approved preliminary plat. That preliminary plat was approved back in March of 2018. Section 1 was approved June 4th, 2019. The TRC, our technical review committee, as Ms. Crawford pointed out, I usually don't put this in here, but I really wanted you guys to see that our technical review committee does look at these things before they come to you guys, especially on our development plats. So that technical review committee involves all the service providers, electric, sewer, water, and then DOT, fire, everybody that's got skin in the game sits down in that table in that room over there, and we go through it, make sure all the T's have been crossed and the I's have been dotted. So technical review committee did approve this final plat on August 3rd at our regular scheduled meeting. And based on all that above, planning staff does recommend approval. So I just wanted to show up a picture of the final plat there to give a little more insight. But at this point, I'll answer any questions you guys have with me.
All right. Are there any questions for staff regarding the Holly Grove final plat?
No, this was, they're all interior lots, so you got access out on Church Street with the sidewalk and berm. The biggest thing was, since this is a one-way in, one-way out, there is a fire access lane. So fire does have one on the cul-de-sac on the northern part of the, plat there, going back out to Church Street, but there are stub outs on this one going south. So hopefully that'll come to fruition with multiple exits out here. But to answer your question specifically, no big tick items we're addressing. They're already addressing the preliminary plat stage. Yes, sir.
Any other questions, discussion? If not, what is the pleasure of the board? We entertain a motion.
Yeah, it's got a berm. That berm was constructed in phase one, or section one, so it's in place with vegetation on top and everything, so it's complete.
Again, any questions or any discussion from the committee, board members? If not, we'll entertain a motion regarding Holly Grove final plat.
I'll make a motion to approve the final plat for Holly Grove subdivision.
It's been moved. Okay, it's been moved and properly second. Please vote your pleasure upon roll call.
Dr. Monroe,
Aye.
Mr. Killian, Ms. Clyburn, Ms. Crawford,
Aye.
Mr. Fleming,
I accept.
Ms. Gardner, Mr. Weldon,
Aye.
Mr. Moore.
All right, report from staff.
Don't really have a whole lot for you. All the rezonings we had last month will be going before council, next month, September 13th, for public hearings. So I'll report back to you guys the following week whether or not they were approved or not. Based on your recommendations, staff will be recommending approval, for all of those. So starting to see a lot more, development, we're getting a lot more lots on the ground. This will only add to it, so we're really seeing residential. It's already kicked in the high gear, now we're kind of kicking it in overdrive, so, about to probably see this last part of the year, really put some numbers on the ground. So other than that, that's all I got, Mr. Chairman. I'll answer any questions you guys have for me.
All right, any questions? We'll also take comments from board members at this time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind making note of it. Obviously, we can stress the fact that the comprehensive land use plan, we use it for all our guidance anyway. We can throw everything against that. So yeah, that won't be a problem. Cool. Right. Yeah, and yeah, I agree.
Do we have any other questions or comment from board members? All right, there being none, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second, Fleming.
It's been moved and properly second. Please vote upon roll call.
Dr. Monroe,
Aye.
Mr. Killian, Ms. Clyburn, Ms. Crawford,
Aye.
Mr. Fleming,
Aye.
Ms. Gardner, Mr. Weldon,
Aye.
Mr. Moore.
All right, meeting stands adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, y'all.